yeah, there are flat surfaces that you can stand on and move from. That's fine, but um, the only entrance that anyone's aware of is the front door.
Hello?
Yep, you're still there.
You're still here. See, now I kind of hear something.
I hear some of that feedback.
Well, now my feedback's gone.
Okay, well, it transferred, and it's not that bad on our end, at least.
No.
So it's we can
Like it
survive
just went
this.
nuts. Like all the feedback, like my computer just was like,
Oh,
and then it
no.
stopped, and then everything was clear.
So let me at least narrate the first part of this, and then we'll go from there. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right. So at least one day has passed. You guys are gathering your forces. Everybody is in the second tier of Wizerton looking up at this island. It's the day of. You guys have conversed with the leadership here, the kind of council that's been guiding this fight for Wizerton at the city, while you went around and gathered these forces, sent help, sent aid, and bolstered everyone up. As you board the Cronus, the 7-deck ship that you have chartered from Igaru and Igera of Dry Gulch, alongside members of the Open Palm and Thieves Guild, the School of Magic, and a group of blood mages, dwarven griffin riders, human soldiers, and fey warriors. The ship roars to life as gears churn, spinning the monstrous propellers faster and faster. Everyone stands on the deck, weapons ready, and near the center mast, the group of bards sit in a phalanx formation. As the ship hums louder and louder and the propellers spin faster and faster, the ship lifts off the ground as the bards play together. If you can hear it. Please tell me you can hear some of it. Oh.
Okay. Sort of. Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
I'll turn that down.
I'm sure
Let's
Jennifer.
let that effect. It's in the background though.
You know, what is that called? Which symphony is that?
Ride of the Valkyries.
That's right. I'll play it for myself so I can get in the mood.
Okay. Yeah, do it amongst yourselves. It didn't have the desired effect I would have in person, but it's there. There it is. Oh wow. Yeah, I can really hear that.
There we go.
Lifts off the ground. Next to you, specifically, Barrow, Titan, Amora, Hadvar, and Victor Bean are Phineas, One Letter, Lysandra Nightblade, One Arm Short, Aranis Harper, and Captain Hammerthorn of the Open Palm for Wizerton. You all stare skyward, approaching the floating island that is Wizerton. Encased in the arcane prison you just managed to escape a week ago. As you approach, let's talk about how you want to enter this space. Now, you wanted to have Griffin Riders leave the ship and hover above as you enter from either a mid or lower point, as they intercept a lot of these large bipedal vulture-like creatures with these huge black feathered wings, long beaked faces. We can have that happen, but understand that they are outnumbered if they're left alone. If the ship goes as one force, these bards, as they play this music, you can see arcane energy lifting off of them and drifting onto everyone that is on the deck of the ship. You all gain the benefits of Heroic Feast.
Ooh,
which means you
that's
are
pretty
immune,
good.
you are immune to fear. You all gain 20 temporary hit points. And some other things. If it comes up, you have advantage on wisdom saving throws. you can see a lot of the younger students of the College of Magic just over and over and over the same incantations, pushing out arcane energy just off the edges of this ship. And you can see a shimmer of an arcane shield kind of hovering around the ship as you're moving up towards this bubble.
Okay.
The ship is, at the moment, well protected. Hammerthorn had suggested that you make a frontal assault. You had members of the Thieves Guild and kind of Victor Bean say, listen, we're better at stealth. Let everyone go to the front. We'll go around the sides, find another entrance. There has to be one. Phineas tells you there's not. He is the advisor, or was the advisor to the king before the next one was appointed. That was, 50 years ago.
Given what Amora knows about the castle, because Hadvar's never been there, but she was able to kind of get an idea of where this portal was taking them. The gemstones were taking people.
Based on the picture I sent you, it would have been the front courtyard. So there are images of wells. The one was not familiar to them, so it could have been either the southeastern or northwestern well. It's hard to figure out which one the crystals were teleporting them to, but several orcs and undead in the vicinity.
I just gotta find it again, because is that okay? So that's on the inside of one wall, but not the other.
Correct.
Okay.
Getting inside the third tier's wall is not going to be an issue. You can set the ship down almost anywhere. Getting inside the barrier wall to the actual palace is another story. There's not as much space, not for a ship of this magnitude. There are multiple entry points through that wall, however. North, south, east, and west. It's the castle walls that have no other entrances that are just the front doors.
You said the two wells possibilities were what?
Southeast and northwest. So one can put you pretty close to the front. The other one will put you as far as you can get.
Are you using headphones?
Use headphones and I will tell you when I can use them.
That's not ready yet.
That's fine. That's fine.
Do they just play with?
Yeah, the green one goes into the adapter to the bottom of the controller. The adapter's right next to the pink cup.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm pretty keen on the plan where we send. I like the idea of sending everybody straight in. We'll keep the Griffin Riders as kind of like flanking. Can we flank the ship with the Griffin Riders, like have them like flying alongside?
Yeah, they don't have to be on the deck. There's plenty of room for them. This is an enormous ship.
Okay.
But they can fly next to the ship if they want to intercede or interject themselves between any assailment that you might have. Now, you see these students from the College of Magic casting what looks like a shield spell just over and over and over again, and you see the bards infusing them with magic.
Okay.
It
So
looks like they may be able to keep this up for a long time.
We kind of have like a flying tank right now, as far as like
More or less.
Okay, all right. Well, that was kind of my big concern before, was if the ship was going to make it up there. But I feel pretty good about it. At the moment,
this ship is near invulnerable with the amount of forces that are on it and who is on it. This ship is armed to the teeth.
All right.
I mean, you have some of the most powerful people you've ever encountered in this world standing next to you.
All right. Well, I say we do the full frontal. But I still like the idea of having a splinter cell, if you will, teleport in. They need to go in with like maybe a few minutes after the ship hits the front and we really get into battle. And they need I honestly think them showing up in the Grey Tabards is a good idea.
They all have them dawned on. Again, some of the soldiers felt uneasy because they don't want any friendly fire, crossfire. People are going to be looking for Grey Tabards because that's what the enemy is wearing. If you want this guerrilla warfare type of deal, you can put their minds at ease to say, we're going to be in formation. Just listen, this is for future. We can work this out.
Well, I'm thinking maybe just the ones that are going in stealth need to wear the tabards.
Okay.
Because they just need to get in through the door. If they can show up and at least have those Grey Tabards on, that if there is anybody left at that teleportation port, right? When they show up, there's at least if anything, at least a split second hesitation on the enemy's part, where they're like, I'm gonna attack. Oh,
one last thing that Victor Bean will chime in. How many Barrow, come over here for a second. I just have a quandary for you.
Yeah.
How many of them special crystals you got left?
106 last I counted.
That's quite a few. I reckon if we maybe land this ship close to the front, gather some attention, maybe 50 or so of us can use the crystals all at the same time. Maybe have a flank option all right off the bat. Depending on where we are, we may be more than safe, or we can add support. It's just a thought. I don't know if anybody else will go for it, but it's something
that was the same plan that I had put in our chat. To have a contingency kind of come in and flank.
We don't have too many numbers here, but I feel like even if we just took about 10 or 20 with us, I don't think we'll have too much of a problem with these run-of-the-mill. But if we run into anything substantial, it'd be nice to have something else for them to chew on.
So
yeah,
what do you...
I think that makes sense. Bless you. So out of character, does it make sense to everybody that we keep Aranis, Phineas, Nightblade with us so that they're there in the final doom room, as it were, to try and...
Me as a DM, I'm going to tell you, you will not have them in that final fight because that doesn't make sense. I'm not going to have you fight an end game boss with the most powerful people I put in this world. Sorry. Just going to happen that way. I'm not going to allow that. You can have them up until that point. They will be pulled away if you bring them all the way up through that moment. Spoiler alert. But, it's not going to be a Dungeons and Dragons game if you bring an entire army into the throne room and try to swarm the end game boss because I'll just make him that much more powerful. He'll be close to unbeatable if we do that.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, that's fine. I just keep multiplying the health points. It's just how many people you want to put in there.
I'm willing to offer up my earpiece to a group, somebody that we need to get in contact with.
Sure.
So I still think it's a good idea to Kyle, I liked your idea of dispatching the members of the Thieves Guild to try and seek out the Jasper Stone so that we can knock that out and not have an issue with being able to get spell slots back.
Yeah. Well, I think the good... I like that. I kind of feel like we should be ex Nobis or ex Nobis should be on the ground. I think we should go in, us, Victor Bean and the Thieves Guild. We jump in the back. We give support to the Thieves Guild so that they can find the Jasper Stone and report back to us where it is. So honestly, we should probably give one of the Thieves Guild members the other earpiece. And that way they can say, hey, we found the stone, and we can say, all right, do this or do that, like whatever. And then we go towards the fight from behind as they're assaulting this big ass ship that's coming in at them. They've got a really big halfling and a really pissed off big ass orc, and this drow just slinging fireballs, wrecking their day from behind, along with Victor Bean just
Playing
an
his
amazing
banjo.
picture, and I've had it in my head all day, and I think it'll work.
Go.
Okay. So the ship nears the arcane shell, and you can see all of these vulture-like creatures zipping through the air.
Ooh, one point of order. I would like a second crystal.
Yeah,
There.
I agree. I think that would maybe be a good idea for all of us.
Yeah.
You're saying so that you have one to get in, one to get out if need be.
Yeah. So I think we should all have 2 crystals.
Sure.
All of. Okay. All right. Just
makes
wanted
sense.
to point that out before something happened and we didn't get a chance to say.
Farrah, go ahead and mark off 6 crystals or I don't know if you want to give one to Titan or just hold on to it for him. I don't know how he would crush it with being a wolf. But you can give 2 to Amora, 2 to Hadvar, 2 to Victor, so that you all have.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and mark off 6 of those. This will require a skill challenge as you enter the arcane shell and are assailed by Vrock and Shadow Demon alike. And I will let you decide what abilities you are doing or casting to assist in this. I have a DC set. You need to get 3 successes before you get 3 failures. And
So
you can describe how you are assisting, but it has to make sense in actually working with everything else going on. So the ship is moving up, and as you pass through this arcane shell, you notice that once you pass through, the entire area becomes almost black. You now see one of those dark clouds that the champions of Orcus had following them when you were walking towards Craghammer now encases the entire island inside of the shell. As you move up past the grounds, these rocks start bolting towards the ship. What would be the first skill that you would like to use in order to assist in this endeavor to get the ship landed?
Wait.
Okay. I
There
have.
are rocks coming toward the ship?
Vrock. Vrock.
Okay.
So
Oh.
Just point of order so that it's actually said the remaining crystals that we have, I want to dole some of them out to the Thieves Guild members that are going with us, but I think I also want to give it to Nightblade, Phineas, Aramis, that type of deal. And Kyle, what are your thoughts on leaving a stash of them hidden somewhere once we get there for communicating with the Shadow Vein so that they're able to meet up with us?
wait, leaving a stash of the
Crystals.
the crystals. Yeah, we could put 5 of them in a little bag or something, wrap them up in cloth, and like hide them under a bush or something.
Yeah. So you separate those, you hand them out to, the higher ups here, the notable names, and you stash. We'll say you put 10 of them in a bag. Why not? You have enough. And Barrow, you have a separate bag of 10 of them for if and when you make contact with any members of the Shadow Vein.
Okay. Are we able to have one of the spellcasters, as we're passing through the dome, designated as they're going to sending to whichever member Kyle is thinking would be best,
Sure.
and letting them know, hey, we're going to be putting this down here. Come and get them and help us.
You
I
can.
don't.
Yes. Yeah, there are mages there that have the capability of doing that. You pull one aside that's casting the shield spell. That Phineas lets you know that is more than capable of doing so. And Hadvar, you see this female high elf, relatively young, in her lower 20s, with beach blonde hair that comes down to her mid back, and she's very thin. She has very pointed features, being an elf, and long ears that stick through her hair. She looks at you with green eyes as she waits for the message and who to send it to. Now, she has to be familiar with this person in order to send the spell, and hoping that it gets to the right person.
Well, is she familiar with Basil?
She knows of you guys. She's heard stories. You describe him well enough that you hope that it gets through. And what do you say? Or ask her to say. More or less. Doesn't have to be exact.
Basically, actually, I just want him to send me the fox.
Sure.
Yeah.
Send me Brock. Send the fox.
Yeah.
Okay. You see her stand there, and she casts the spell. And out of the shadow next to you, the fox, panting heavily and looking very concerned, whimpering, looks up at you and is kind of, there are no expressions because it is mostly made of shadow, but you can see its eyes are a little glossed over. You can see that it's taken damage, it's hurt in some capacity, and it comes up and sits next to you looking up.
Can I give the fox the stones?
You certainly can.
I give the fox the stones, and I'll write a little letter and an escape path, or meet up, or an escape path.
Okay.
And I'll give that to them, and I'll send it back to Basil.
Okay, so the bag has been given to Brock. It's tied around onto its back, cinched at the top so the crystals don't fall out everywhere. And you see the fox kind of nod to you and disappear into shadow.
Lit.
So you're asking us if we have anything to help the mages, or help protect the mages, or help...
You can do that. Help protect the ship, attack the assailants, whatever you want to do. Some sort of skill challenge. You need to be able to tell me how your skill helps this endeavor.
Okay.
If you want to use athletics, if you want to use arcana, if you want to use insight, if you want to use perception, I just need you to beat my DCs 3 times.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And I need you to don't just say I'm going to make a perception roll. I want to know why is that helping?
Okay. Question. So this ship is like any other ship, right? It's got the mast. It's got all the.
Sure, it has a lot of the same components. It doesn't have sails because it's propeller and propeller and a little bit arcane, but mostly some form of steam-powered mechanics that these gnomes and Dry Gulch kind of made.
Basically, there's nothing for me like in Pirates of the Caribbean movie where I can swing from thing to thing and do stuff, huh?
There is, yeah. There are masts. There are still masts that hold equipment and crow's nests. And...
Okay. Well, and then the other point of notion was, I believe that this was this character, and I want to make sure that it's right, that we agreed that my shield was basically a weapon, and I could use it as my pack weapon. Was that this character? Okay.
Yeah, the elemental shield that you have?
Okay. In that case, I know what I want to do for my first action. Or my first skill check.
Sure. Yeah, please do.
I want to use my shield, and using my athletics, throw my shield Captain America style at something.
Oh. Yes.
And then use my pack weapon ability to bring it back to my hand.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an athletics check, please.
Okay. Oh, that could have been much better. That's a 16.
Okay, so you see a few of the Vrox as you pass through dive bombing the ship, and you see them slam into this arcane barrier that's just on the outside of the perimeter of this of the Cronus. You see some of them actually latch on, and you see them start to almost tear through an arcane element, almost as if it was physical in nature itself. You throw the shield up and roll an attack as a part of this.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That's going to be a 17 on the die, so that's a 30.
You're able to rock one of these Vrox off of the arcane barrier. You slam it into its throat, and you see it cave and slide off and just kind of plummet to the bottom of this the shell that's surrounding the island. And as you look over the side, you can actually see that it hits the shell and just kind of lays there for a little bit. It's still moving, but we'll count that as one success.
Cool.
As
But
one
not
was
a
about
kill.
to pierce through.
Is that a kill?
Not a kill.
Damn.
But you use a bonus action to return the shield to you using
Yes.
your packed weapon ability.
Yes.
Oh, dope. So cool.
I know, right?
All right,
Brandon,
Barrow and Amora.
Brandon and I have like a Legolas and Gimli. Who's gonna get more kills?
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. You look over at him. You just give him a little wink. Like, all right, your turn. Let's see what you got.
I was gonna say I want to see if I see any like groups that if they're trying to attack, I want to protect those on the cruise ship. Like I want to if they're attacking one of the mages or the bar, I want to try to protect those surrounding.
Okay.
In the area.
Doing what?
Using my short swords to attack.
Well, we already had an attack, so we can't duplicate an ability.
It's got to be
Well,
one of these right here.
Well then,
One of those.
yes.
One of those.
Barrow, do you have anything?
I have an idea now, but
Go ahead.
Then I would like to warn people if I can use my perception to warn those around the area.
Sure. Roll me a perception check. This DC gets harder as each of you roll.
Damn, I wouldn't have started off with strength.
22.
Absolutely beats the DC. So you are looking and you're trying to indicate where people are coming from, where to make the barrier stronger. And you can see that some of the Vrock and Shadow Demons have actually aligned in a pattern, an actual flight pattern. And it looks like they're going to try to hit a central point. And you're able to tell the 10 to 15 mages around you where they're coming from. It looks like they were coming around the backside, and they all shift and move their energy to that side. And you see all 10 of them slam against this barrier, and they cannot get through as much as they scratch, and they break off. And the ship is now hovering over clear land to finally be able to sit down. We need one more skill.
Okay. So you tell me which one you think that this would be.
Okay. Oh, okay. You're gonna describe an action, and you want me to tell you what skill it is.
Yes, I
Okay.
want to use misdirection by hiding forces on the ship, so that when a threat is thinking that this side of the ship is weaker, there's actually more people there to then fend that off.
Probably deception.
Okay. Can't get a stealth in there?
You can argue stealth. All right, you can roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
funny story. There's a term called gun decking. It's what we do in the Navy where we say we did something, but we don't really do it. And we can get in a lot of trouble for doing that, right? Gun decking is bad, right? But it comes from an old term when ships used to actually paint extra guns on their ships to make it like extra cannon holes
Yeah.
on the side of the ship to make them look more fiercer than they actually were.
Interesting.
But I thought that's where he was going with that, but I had to get that story off my chest.
I like it.
Carry on.
I like the
Sorry.
history. I like the history. Thank you. Roll a history check. No, I'm just...
Just a quick question. Am I able to guidance my roll?
No.
Okay.
Give me like 10 minutes.
26.
Yeah, I can turn it down. 25 was the highest DC, and you were able to manage to get through that. So,
Oh.
and I kind of like doing it this way. So, you see all of these shadow demons, and now they're starting to really harass the ship. Now that you're starting to land, you don't have to worry about the lower portions where some of them were getting through, scratching the wood and being pushed off. The ship lands, and all of the boards that are set down to get off the ship go down, and you see hundreds of undead and orc start to run towards. But at your direction, Barrow, you had people starting to rappel down the sides of the ship when you were already starting to lower on the other side. And before it was actually even touched down, you had a force on the ground that was able to run around and subvert them into their path so that they couldn't actually get on the ship. And now you have engaged in a battle. You see the majority of the humans run off the ship, many of them using the weapons that you guys gave. You see a lot of them using the axe, specifically Amora, that you gave one of them. You see this dwarf that just is going berserk rage mode, and he is mowing through zombie after zombie after zombie. And you can see this red arcane energy lancing off of it. As he's swinging through one, it's sending an arcane bolt of red energy into the next one behind it. Almost as if he swings, the blade itself has an arcane projection that comes off another 10 feet.
Do they appear to be like, at very first glance of this battle, does it look as though they can hold this for us to go below deck and smash our crystals and do our next thing?
Easily enough. Yes. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
We're going to divert here. I need to do a few things. I apologize. I have to get Jen's headphone on. We're going to switch so that I have a headphone and microphone. And I just have a few things to set up. So if you don't mind, give me one moment, and I'll be right back.
Because I think I think I'm gonna. If they need help there, I'm probably thinking I'm gonna do a thing. But if not, then I can save my thing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't really. Yeah, I was gonna use Fireball and just like cast it like on everything, because my staff cast it at 7th level.
Holy moly!
Yeah. So that's 9, 10, 11. That's 12d6.
Take him to the second level.
I gotta remember to activate that.
I'm so glad that we made those rolls.
I thought you were gonna do something with this, by the way.
No, I couldn't because Kyle already used athletics.
Yeah. That was like my go-to thing. Though, had I known it was a scaling one, I wouldn't have used my strength first. I thought he needed. So I thought he needed 3 from each of us.
That's
No, thankfully, just 3 total because the DCs were 15, 20, 25.
Gotcha.
I was like, oh crap, we're gonna have to roll several times a piece.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I was like thinking of all the different things that I could do. The next thing I was gonna do was try to use my intimidation to like use thaumaturgy and just like, or like enlarge myself and use thaumaturgy and just try to intimidate everybody, like all these zombies. I don't know. That's like all I'm good at. I mean, I'm decent at survival, but
Yeah, I mean, like I've got athletics at the top, stealth second, perception third, and then from there it's just like sleight of hand or acrobatics.
Yeah, it was like perception and deception. One memento. I was curious if it would be a crowd.
Dormammu, I've come to make a deal.
Uh-oh. Anthony's having issues.
Oh.
We need to
The
plug it.
system is down. The system is down. The system is down. The
You
system.
guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a little
Can-
soft, but
Oh.
we can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Oh, wait. There was no sound there.
How do I get these speakers to work?
Oh, now I heard you.
But now? Yeah, I can hear you. And you guys can hear me fine?
Yeah.
Stop that. All right, so now that you guys have landed, we have to divert the story into a different direction. So let me add someone to this call.
What?
I need a beer. I'll be right back. Oh, wait. I pee.
Yes!
Hello.
Yes!
Hello.
Hello, Larry. How are you, sir?
Good, good. I'm good.
Could you hear everything fine?
I could hear everything great. I myself am a Navy man, Kyle, and it was good to learn about the gun decking.
Oh.
Yes. So, Kyle, this is Larry. Larry, this is Kyle.
How
you doing?
Larry?
So, Larry had been listening in via speakerphone. My phone was plugged in right here underneath my speakers. Larry's idea. It was a fantastic idea so that he could follow along without ruining the surprise of joining in. So,
Awesome.
yeah. So happy to have you. And
I'm
we're going to
happy to
start
be
with, we're going to start with your perspective here. Basil,
Yes.
you are running from two of these Vrock and two of these hunched over hooded figures with these long faces and mouths that drop about 6 to 7 inches off of their face, that kind of float off the ground and are long gangly fingers just trying to reach for you. Thankfully, being the monk that you are, especially one embracing the shadow, easily avoidable for them as you dash between shadow to shadow to shadow. This new cloud that covers this area has given you power beyond power to subvert and disengage. But they still pursue you. They can almost sense you. Now, Brock comes back with a bag tied around his back, and when you get a moment of reprieve, you open the bag and you pull out these orange crystals that you've seen the undead use, and a note that says, "Escape plan, meet up." And you look inside the bag, and there's about 10 of them.
Okay.
What would
and
you like to do?
Now I know, just for everybody else's sake, he's just I know a couple of things. Just I've been around the area, so I've seen these monsters smashing them, opening portals. So, and I know that Lieutenant DuPont is on the other end of this note. So I grab one, I smash it immediately.
Okay, you do so, and you see a black portal with an orange ring open up, and it almost pulls you in, almost a gravitational pull. As when you smash this crystal, you look to Brock, and he looks up at you, panting, as you fall through, and he gets left behind. He has his ways. I'm sure he'll be able to find you. And you see him meld into the shadow as you fall through. And as you fall through, you come out, and you can see now a large well in the middle of an open area of grass surrounded by buildings. Northwest of your location, you can see the castle, which tells you that you are in the southeast area. You can see orcs, large orcs, running in a west direction away from you. Each orc looks like he is surrounded by 5 or 6 undead. Amongst them, there are larger orcs with protruding spines that look like blood-covered bones, standing about 4 or 5 feet taller than the rest of them, large horns and bones sticking out of their jaws. You've seen these creatures skulking around, kind of the brute force of this ensemble, and they are all storming off to what looks to be where you saw the ship coming down. And you stand there a moment, and you look around expecting Hadvar or someone to be there, and there's no one. Ex Nobis, you go below decks, and you bring most of the Thieves Guild. How many did we say? You want to do about half?
I was thinking we would bring them all.
Yeah,
You got 20.
Yeah, I was thinking we brought all 20.
Okay. Now, do they have backup crystals?
I thought they did.
Sure.
Mark 40 off then.
Well, they all already had one, didn't they?
Yeah. So it's 20 more.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Written down.
Yeah. I'm keeping track of our dwindling numbers here.
And Anthony,
Very good.
at least while we're like working our way down, I do want to activate my Scarab of Protection.
Absolutely.
It takes at least one round, and then it doesn't say how long it stays activated, but I just want to.
Okay.
It just says
She looked it up online. I'll find out.
Thank you.
if it's gonna like, I at least want to activate it. That's just to have it just
Easily, yeah, easy enough to do. You activate the Scarab Crystals, you go below decks, and you and the 20 members of the Thieves Guild smash these crystals and are drawn into these portals, and you are all thrown onto grassland. Each of you and all 20 members of the Thieves Guild. Doesn't say how long.
It does not go away.
No, it's a piece of equipment. It stays active.
Right. I'm saying the protection does not go away as long as it's on your person. But
Makes sense.
it has 12
Yes.
charges. So I guess
When
we
you expend all of
use
them.
these. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Easy
Cool.
enough. And you were all there, 20 Thieves Guild members. Basil, you see all of these people just from the same portals, all finally, after a moment, appear before you. But most recognizable, Lieutenant Hadvar DuPont, slamming down a little larger than you remember him, and carrying 2 staves and a shield on his back. As he slams down, there's a wave of electricity that kind of emanates from him as he hits the ground. You can see this lightning kind of sizzle, killing some of the grass in the area that he kneels on.
I only have one staff. I gave that.
You gave the other one away?
Yeah, I gave it
Oh, the
to
thunder and lightning. Yeah,
Amora.
yeah, yeah. That's all right. It's still a cool visual.
Yeah, still pretty cool.
I say, holy crap, Lieutenant DuPont, ain't you a sight for sore eyes?
Ah, Basil. And I kind of just like my old
Embrace. Embrace.
Yeah.
friend. There we go.
So what's going on here? I see you guys brought the whole party, huh?
Yes, we're here to kick some ass.
Oh, I like hearing that. But let me tell you, I mean, these guys are everywhere. And so wait, out of character. Are we're outside the 30-foot wall, right? Or are we, okay, all right.
And you know there's an eastern entrance that was guarded, that you're able to get through to get to back to where you're probably thinking of.
Okay, yeah, okay. All right. So I asked, I asked him what the plan is, what the go right into operations mode.
Yeah.
Especially now that Lieutenant DuPont, who I know your name's Hadvar, but I'm one of your your team, so I call you Lieutenant DuPont. So I go with him here. I'm like ops mode right off the bat.
Nice. I like it. I kind of get this old Navy SEALs get back together to do one last heist.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
one last job. I like it. No, I'm in there. All right. Well, and so I'll grab I'll use one of my cantrips here. Probably prestidigitation, and I'll kind of do a little sketch in the dirt, and kind of be like, all right, this is the plan, and I mean, he heard everything, but you heard everything already out of character.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Basically, I know that you guys are going to do a frontal assault with the main forces to get to the front door. Basically, is what you're going for, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the plan. Okay. So yeah, so we're gonna go.
Yeah. Hey, Lieutenant. All respect, Lieutenant DuPont. I've been here for about 2 weeks, and we've been doing reconnaissance here, and around the side. There's an entrance that I think that a small force could get through over there. I don't it's not going to be big enough for a full assault over on that side, but I think a small force of us could get through there. It's unguarded, and it's something that we can access.
All right. Well, that's good to
great.
hear. Yeah, we were under the impression there was no other way in. What about the rest of the Shadow Vein?
About 3 hours ago, I lost track of them. I got lost. We've been doing reconnaissance, like I said, for about 2 weeks up here, and we've been gathering information as we go. And the most that we come up with so far is that was my big find. And I lost touch with Renal and Iliac and Vinay and all those. I don't know where any of them are right now. I got separated. I was running from 4 of them when Brock showed up with that. Man, that was nice to see that package on his back. Let me tell you, I didn't know what I was gonna do. Those guys were following me pretty good.
Well, I figured it could come of use. It would have been nice to see the rest of Shadow Vein, but no, I understand.
And Basil, you see walking next to Hadvar now, entering this kind of conversation. You see a halfling flanked by a very large wolf with barding all over it. You see that he's equipped pretty heavily. You see that he's got this really ornate belt on, made of stone, and it has these kind of bubble images on it that almost look like clouds. You see that he carries 2 swords, and next to him, on the other side of the wolf, is what looks to be a drow. But the features are a little softer. They're not as pronounced as a typical drow would be, almost human, maybe half elven, maybe half drow. You can see that there are rounded ears instead of the pointed ears, but you can see the very dark skin, the very elven nose and chin. You can see the hair is very elven in texture.
Thank you for helping us. We're really glad you're here.
Hey, any friend of Lieutenant DuPont's is a friend of mine. It's good to meet you guys.
Hi, Kaz.
Nice to meet you. Hey, Kaz.
Hi. Old friend. All right.
So, Basil explains to the rest of you, ex Nobis, that there is an entrance on the eastern side of this castle, only large enough for one person at a time, and it is accessible. But it's through the eastern gate, which is guarded, last known to be guarded, and you guys can make your way there quickly or stealthily, depending on how you want to handle this. Beside you, Basil, is another figure that emerges from what seems like nowhere. He must have been cast in invisibility. And you see this large, wide-brimmed hat, and you see this dwarven male in what looks to be a duster, and he has a gun belt on, leather gloves, and you see that he has a banjo slung across his front, and he has this long mustache and stubble across his chin. Well, isn't this a nice surprise? I sure do appreciate this. It's nice to meet you. Victor, by the way, Victor Bean. It's a pleasure. And gives you a
Victor,
nice wink.
I'm Basil. Good to meet you too, buddy.
Yeah, I think we're gonna make good friends here. This is my kind of guy. He looks over to you guys, the rest of you. This is what I was talking about. See, now this kind of stealth stuff. I like this. I don't like being a part of all that nonsense. I just want to slip in, do what we need to, get out, be safe. I don't want to. I'm not one for the heroics.
So it sounds like we should probably.
Thanks, Vanilla.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. And you see him kind of slip out of his duster pocket a full vanilla bean, which he sticks between his teeth and just like pulls the vanilla out and chews on it and puts the bean back into his pocket. And you see him just kind of chew on that raw vanilla as he just kind of.
That's awesome.
So what would you guys like to do?
Well, so when we left,
You're there with 20 of the Thieves Guild. They look ready to go. These members of the Thieves Guild all are donned in black cloaks, black trousers, black boots. They all have daggers. Some of them are carrying the weapons that you disseminated to them. You see one of them wearing that green cloak of elven kind.
Basil, actually, I do have a question. You happen to haven't happened to see a pretty large-sized crystal anywhere? Almost egg-shaped amethyst.
Red.
Not that I know of.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything like that. No.
All right. Well, that's the thing that's got this big force field going on here, and it also happens to damper any magical abilities. So, well, actually, doesn't see anything anything not physical. It seems to damper.
Okay, so if I see it, take it out. Yeah.
Well, taking it out might be difficult, but getting it away from whoever's got it is going to be number one.
What can we see in the courtyard? Are we alone? I mean, because forces have now run to where the ship has landed.
Yeah, a lot of the forces have. You are surrounded by buildings. You're in the middle of the southeastern village. That map that I sent you, you could see there are almost towns set up. These are all the affluent neighborhoods. This is one of the sources of water. Again, the well is dry here at the moment, but this is one of the sources of water that this community would use. So around you is just a large circular empty field, ornately done. You can see statues that are now broken, defaced, kind of rubble in some areas. What look to be good, nice areas for gardens and flowers and trees are all dead and rotted at the moment. But it is an open area surrounded by buildings that you can kind of see alleyways and paths through, and obviously, most notably, the castle northwest of you.
All right. Well, I say we go towards the entrance, and then once inside, we can kind of have the Thieves Guild disseminate.
Which entrance?
Basil's entrance, right?
Yeah, the Basil entrance.
The Basil entrance.
Not the main entrance.
Okay.
Definitely not the main entrance.
All right, and then the last question I have is, how are you approaching this? Do you want to get there quickly to make sure this is going through, or do you want to get there stealthily to avoid any kind of detection?
The answer to that question is yes.
Very good. Everyone roll me stealth checks.
Yeah.
Before you do that, I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace.
Very good. So whatever your stealth roll is, add 10 more to it. Now, the width of this Pass Without Trace is 30 feet.
Yeah, we all have to stay within like
30 feet
of
of
each other.
Barrow.
Okay.
And you have 20 members of the Thieves Guild, so most of them will probably branch off on their own. They don't really like working in groups anyway. You see them scatter in separate directions. You say, we're going to meet here. Basil, you're able to kind of, where Hadvar used prestidigitation to kind of draw, you show them where approximately you had that entrance that you found.
Okay.
The plan is for everyone to meet back up there, and the Thieves Guild leaves on their own to attract less attention.
Yeah.
Stealth checks, please.
I get rid of my map with my. I cleaned it up. Yeah. Hey, that's not terrible. It's a good thing we got passed without a trace.
Mm. Hadvar, what'd you get?
21.
21. Amora?
27.
Barrow?
32. Sight is 25.
Okay. Basil?
I got a 33 with the pass without a trace. So yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Both you and Barrow just go, oh, Bean. Oh gosh. Bean's got a roll, huh? Oh, nat 20, baby!
He's invisible. Again.
Hang on, what is his?
Stealthy motherfucker.
He is. I mean, that's one of his things. That's what he does. He's a slimy. All right, hang on. All right, so 25. That's 35 for Victor Bean. As you guys just, well, in Basil, for you, you literally melt into the shadows, but for the other two, kind of hunker down, and are actually able to follow your lead. You're surprised at a moment that people are even tracking you, as you, the three of you, just kind of start moving, and you can actually hear this one pitch, kind of. And you look back and you can see Bean is actually taking his thumb up and down his string, and he casts Bless on everyone in the party.
Ooh.
This is going to last for an hour.
What is plus again?
+4 to your attacks and saves.
Not
Oh.
plus a D4, not
A
plus
D4.
4.
Sorry, yeah, it's a D4.
Oh, it's like holy
Oh,
crap.
it's like, I mean, I'll take plus.
Plus 4. Holy.
So what is it? What does it do? It gives you.
So whenever you roll an attack or when you roll a saving throw, you can add a D4 to your roll as well.
Nice.
And it's not a one-time use, Larry.
It's every time.
As long as it's active, every
Freaking
time.
awesome.
That's one of his heavier spells, but I figure it's worth it here.
Appropriate.
You guys make your way through, and as you go through this city, you see creatures that you have not seen before and some that you have. You do manage to avoid a large group of the zombies that you encountered in the School of Magic that are covered in worms. These green maggots that are sloughing off of them and crawling in their bones and through their eye sockets and in through their mouths. And as the zombies kind of throw them on some of the greenery in the area, you see the greenery itself just kind of turn black around the maggot that it impacts and just kind of spread. As you can see, this decay effect off of the maggot just kind of eat away at life itself. You do manage to avoid 5 or 6 of those. As you approach the gate, you are able to enter where it was previously guarded by 2 orc warriors. They are now no longer there. And Basil, you have the hair on the back of your neck stand up as you hear a very familiar sound. 2 of these creatures that had just been chasing you, staring at you 60 feet down this now enclosed space of the wall and the castle, standing in your way to where you need to get to. And above them, the 2 Vroks circling. I would like you all to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
That's crappy.
Well, that's not good.
Not as bad as the last time we played.
No, well, that's good. All right, hang on. Let me write some health points down here. Yep. Oh, hey, those are nasty, aren't they? I forgot how mean these guys were.
I'm gonna pee. Go ahead.
We've got these two things that are flying overhead, and then what are the other things that we see in front of us?
You were not here for this session, but these are the things that were under that cloud.
Very bad. Yep.
Oh, I don't like
Very
that.
bad.
I don't like it.
Bodax. They are
Okay.
champions of Orcus that there were 7 of. You've eliminated 4 of them, and here are 2 more, which leaves 1 out in the wilderness for you to find. So
am I able to, as we see these, am I able to say something to the group?
Yeah, you can say something. I wouldn't allow you to cast anything now that we've rolled initiative.
Cool. I'm going to say, don't look them in the eye.
Smart.
Oh,
So-
okay.
A strong verbal warning not to stare at these creatures.
Yep. Don't do it. Like I said, bad. 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 It's just bad.
I'm going to put... Hang on, let me set up my... Oh yeah, I forgot my cord's like super long. I can do this. All right. We are going to use this as one of them. This as the other one of them. All right, so the 2 black figures are going to be the Bodax. The 2 white figures are going to be the Vrox. And this will be you. And
Good
I
question.
need...
Have I?
Yes.
The rocks were what were attacking the ship, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And I will show you a picture of them since I don't think I have.
I think I have one.
Vrox and Shadow Demons. But that is a Vrock.
Oh, gross. All right.
Yeah.
Send it.
Wait, are these the ones that swallowed us whole? Are these the grass ones?
No.
No.
Have Anthony show you the picture again.
Larry, would you mind sending both of those images through?
Yeah.
Well, you're not a part of our group chat, so I guess you can't send it to them.
You can add it.
We can add you to the group. No, you don't want that. We have. We'll blow up your phone if we do that.
Yeah.
You don't need that.
Well, it's coming soon, I'm sure.
Tell you what I'll do. Is I will do this.
I found it. Here we go. Bingo. Share. I think I got it. Let me just make sure it went through here.
You got it.
Ting, 2 pictures. Got it.
So these are the things that we.
These are the things when you were walking towards Craghammer and that dark cloud was racing towards you, and there was that group of undead, and then there was 4 of these guys.
Okay.
It was when you were walking with the Fae.
I legit asked Brandon, did we ask if there were any green worms around?
Green worms. You did not. But those guys are nasty. The spawn of Cuse. They are not your average zombie. All right, so I need initiative orders 25 to 20. Anyone roll within that realm?
23.
Hey, Barrow. Attaboy. Barrow and Titan. 15 to 20.
I got a 16.
What's your dexterity?
My dex is +5.
Yep. So then we'll have Basil.
What?
She knows it.
Amora, what'd you get?
An 8.
And Hadvar, what'd you get?
A 9.
Hadvar, then Amora. Man, this is like the reverse order of what we typically do. Well, to be fair, Barrow is always first, but then
I'm usually in the middle. I don't
You're
like.
usually like right behind him.
I've got nothing to add to my deck, so
That's
what I roll is what I get.
All right,
Yeah.
Barrow and Titan.
The last time we were like, I got a 5 and Hadvar got like a 4 or something. Right.
That's like kind of a win-lose situation, though, really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind going last because it makes me feel like the cleanup hitter.
Yeah, I like that. All right, Barrow, you have 2 Vrock that are about, let me see here. about 80 feet away, but they are also about 30 feet in the air, maybe higher, and 2 Bodak that are about 70 feet from you.
I'm going to. $70, you say? Dang it.
Larry, I just sent you an invite to our group text, so when I send pictures of the battlefield here, you'll be able to see it.
Okay.
Good idea. I didn't even think about that.
I am going to.
Very simple battlefield because you are trapped between a wall and the fortress.
Yeah, I'm going to move 10 feet closer.
To be how far?
60.
60 feet from them?
Yep. And then I am going to.
Are you on Scythe, or are you just having him run next to you?
Run next to me for right
Okay.
now.
You both move forward 10 feet?
Yep, and I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at
Okay.
the. Am I on the left or the right here?
I moved you forward 10. I put you like in a center pattern, so you can hit either of them.
And what's in front and what's in the back?
I'll go for the right one.
The white ones are rocks. The black ones are Bodaks.
I'm going to hit the right Bodak. The Sacred Flame.
Say top or bottom for me, because that's how I'm looking at it.
Oh, top.
Top. Okay, so you're hitting the top rock with Sacred Flame.
Correct.
All right.
Needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
And he does so with a natural 20. Sweet. And I'll send you the picture so you know I'm not just going to sit here and cheat.
Oh,
I know.
I know.
But I want to rub it in your face.
Now, Larry, I do want to forewarn you here. There may be some emotion on Anthony's side from our last session. It did not go very well for him, and
No. That's not how this
There
works.
might be a vengeance
comes through.
going on here.
They locked
like-
down all of my creatures, so they did nothing the whole fight. They held
It's-
one, they paralyzed the other, nothing happened. They didn't get to use any of their abilities. They did it in the one shot.
I was gonna say that's two in a row.
It's the same thing every time.
It's
and
like
my
one of
rolls
those
are garbage.
situations when they say there's no retribution for a whistleblower, but we all know there's some retribution for a whistleblower.
I deflected a 27.
Yeah, that
So-
was pretty spectacular. So that misses.
So his, well, I don't know. What is your save? What does he have to be?
It's definitely not a 20.
All right, 25 for the dex.
Yeah, no, it's not.
So that is your action.
Yeah. Man. Whoa.
You want Scythe to do anything? Run forward, stay with you.
I'm just gonna have him stay with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Barring any other. Nothing? No marks, no.
Oh, you know what? Nope. That takes an action to do. Never mind. Nope.
Basil, it is your turn.
Okay, how high are the Vrox flying?
The rocks are about 30 feet in the air, and they're a little farther than the Bodaks from you. Now, for your purposes, all of this is dim light. Everything is covered in shadow. Everything is.
Okay, perfect. So they are 30 feet. They are 30 feet up in the air.
They are.
Okay.
I don't know what your speed is, but you are, as of right,
45. I got 45.
45?
Yeah, because the unarmored movement. So, okay. So,
If you
Right.
ran your full speed, you would be within 30 feet of the Bodaks, at least.
okay.
And you were told not to look them in the eyes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bear with me here. I'm gonna run.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to shadow step,
Yes.
which I can shadow step 60 feet, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna shadow step 60 feet. Then I'm gonna run up the wall, and I'm gonna jump off of the wall because I have 45 feet of movement, so I can get up 30 feet. I'm gonna jump off, and I'm gonna grab one of the Vrox and try to bring
That
it
is
down.
the dopest. And because of your level in monk, I believe vertical surfaces mean nothing
Yes.
to you. You can just run straight up.
Like
Oh.
he's got spider climb on. He just
So
This
good.
is
and
beautiful.
water too. It's monks are so good.
So
So-
it is.
The rest of you see Basil just look like he's about to take off, and you see him just go into a black cloud and reappear 60 feet right next to the wall in mid-run. He sprints out of the other black cloud as he sprints up the wall and jumps off towards the Vrock. I don't make an acrobatics check for me.
Hadvar sees this and he's like, that's my boy.
That's a dirty 20.
Easily done. You make contact with the Vrock. What would you like to do? Are you trying to grapple him?
Yes.
Or do you just want to hold on and then take an action? Because a grapple is different.
I'm gonna hold because I don't. Would jumping onto him be an action, or can I actually attack him?
No,
while I'm up there?
your acrobatics check allows you to do that, and because you're a monk, this is not a difficult maneuver for you. This is something within the
Okay.
realm of your capabilities. So you are on him.
Okay, so I can
grappling
attack.
him. Yeah,
I'm gonna
grappling
attack him
causes
twice.
Okay, yeah, go
with
for it.
my with just get him twice with the tonfa right in the head.
Okay, and you see on his belt he slides out these two. By the way, Basil has the same armor that Hadvar has. It's a little sleeker, that black armor, but when light hits it, it has that really dark green shine to it. It looks like wood, but it's very flexible as he moves. He has a breastplate of it. You see he has leg guards of it, almost like thigh pads. Very separated pieces that cover him, and these two tonfas that have the same material that he slides out that cover his forearms, sticking out from underneath, and he jumps off the wall, slams down onto the Vrock, and strikes twice. Go ahead and give me those rolls.
Okay.
Man. Oh, what an image. Hadvar, you've seen this a million times. It's like, kind of nice to have that.
18 and a 13.
The 18 hits the 13. He shakes you for a second after that first hit, and you miss the second attack.
So 1d8. Oh wait, you know what? I forgot to use my D4.
Oh yes, please do.
Oops, I dropped my D4.
Oh, I'm
That
just
doesn't
seeing
count.
this and I'm just reminiscent of like an old mission where he did something real similar.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yeah.
There was one where you guys were in the forest, and he jumped off of a tree bough and tackled this large
Fair.
poisonous snake from the tree branch to the ground.
I yell over. I go, "Hey, Lieutenant! Just like that time, it never went down." Huh? So does a 16 hit?
The 16 does hit,
All right,
so
the-
roll
the
both of your
D4
attacks.
saved me. All right.
Roll both of your attacks,
Okay,
please.
so 2d8 plus 5.
Monks are awesome.
I love monks.
23 points of damage.
Woo. Ouchie. Wouchie, bouchies. All right. Okay. So that is your action. Are you using any key points for anything?
I can't because the shadow step is my bonus action, I think.
Well, I'm saying for you have stunning strike at your disposal. You have a few other
Oh,
things you can spend key points on. I just want to make sure because I know you're unfamiliar with the class. I don't
yes.
skip over anything.
Okay. Let me take a look. Hold on one second. I'm sorry for slowing you guys down.
Oh no,
Not at all.
Yes.
Stunning
I will
strike,
use a stunning strike.
and I have to make a save for that, I believe.
Constitution save for a DC 17.
Oh,
Rolled a 14. Or no, I'm sorry. I picked that up wrong. Shoot, I don't know what number that was on. I'm sorry. A 14 would have saved because he has a +4, but I don't know if I picked that up too quick to see what number it was actually on. I apologize. Well, I rolled a 3 that time, so he is stunned. And that was my fault.
So now, since he's in flight, does he
He's
fall
gonna
to the
start
ground?
he's gonna start to plummet while you're on him. Now you've taken your bonus action and everything, right?
Correct.
Okay. So when it comes to his turn, we will address that.
Okay.
And I think that's the end of your turn. Mark
Yes.
1 point off for stunning strike, please.
Yep.
It is their turn now, the Bodax and the Vrox. The Vrock that you are riding now plummets to the ground 30 feet. So he will take, oh gosh. Is it 1d6 every 10 feet?
After the
I
first
think
10
so.
feet, I thought the first 10 feet were free. Oh no,
That-
that's only if it's only 10 feet. Never mind.
Right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oof. He takes 9 points more of bludgeoning damage as you ride him to the ground and slam him as he's just flat on the ground now, and he's prone, technically, and you are over him. The other Vrock sees this and does come to its aid and bullets down to you and attacks you, Basil.
Okay.
And he's going to make a multi-attack. One attack with his beak and one attack with his talons. That's another natural 20 for the beak. Oh boy. And a 15 plus 6, a 21 to hit with his talons. Does
Nope.
not hit.
Oh,
So the beak does hit, so I'll get a little bit on you here.
Thank you for the armor.
Yeah, that all grail, man. It's no joke. Well, and you're a monk, so your AC is already like crazy high.
Yeah.
So 6, 12. 15 points of piercing damage as his beak sinks into the back of your shoulder. His talons rake across your armor, and you can feel the talons kind of scrape on that wood he's unable to penetrate.
Okay.
The
You said
Bodax,
15, 1-5?
12, 13, yes, 15.
15. Okay.
The Bodax, unconcerned with the rocks, move forward towards the rest of the group. Their full speed of 30 feet. 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Now, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Barrow and Titan are both within 30 feet of him. Oh my. You both take 5 points of necrotic damage. Yep.
Just automatically? All
Yep.
right.
That
Cool.
just happens. That's just the thing. And I need Amora and Hadvar both to make Constitution saving throws, please.
With the D4, don't forget the D4.
Yes. Your D4 is included.
Is this an ability or a spell?
This.
Because the I get
It's a spell, I guess. I have a hard time because like there are creatures that cast spells. There is a spell casting block in a lot of creature monster blocks. This one doesn't have one, so I'm gonna say it's an ability. He's not casting a spell. It's just something he does.
Okay. Just because the scarab and things allow me to have advantage on
Understand.
magic. So
So this is not a spell.
Does the feast thing help at all with that, or is it just wisdom save throws?
Wisdom specifically for advantage.
Okay. Lit.
what is
Um,
What'd
Hadvar
you get?
got a 9 plus 7, 16.
16 saves. You will take half damage.
you said what is this? A constitution?
Constitution, yes.
15.
You say 15, 1-5?
Yes.
That is a save. Let me total this up here.
Good job, guys. Good job.
26 points of necrotic damage, halved, because you guys saved.
Thought that was the half. I was like, oh my god, no.
No.
It's like,
13.
holy cow.
13 points of necrotic damage to you both as they both peer into your mind and almost force you to look at them as the empty sockets of their eyes kind of draw you in, and you can feel this almost life pulling from you into the Bodak. As they have these long mouths, you can just hear this.
Can I use my reaction?
Yeah.
I use my reaction to cast Hellish Rebuke at 2nd level.
Yeah, you can do that. You took damage.
Get it.
What
And
kind of damage is this?
This is Hellish damage.
That is incorrect.
Puking damage.
It's fire.
It's either
It's
fire or
damage.
ice. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Alright, so that is terrible. 10 points of fire damage.
Okay. To anyone in particular? Or?
No, they both are the same, right? Those are 3d10s.
You did 10 points.
Yeah,
That's sad.
super sad.
All right. So that's their turn. Hadvar, it is your turn now. What would you like to do? And I can send you an updated picture of where they are.
Alright,
where
well,
you are.
I'm
Wait,
assuming
I
that
never rolled
Basil
for
is
beating.
still like
Hang on, I
90
didn't-
feet away from me, right?
Hang on. I didn't roll for Victor Bean. Oh, he goes last anyway. All right. Bean. Vanilla Bean bastard.
That beautiful bean.
That beautiful bean footage. Yeah, Basil's pretty far from you, Hadvar. Give
Okay,
you-
question. Given my current strength and the fact that I've never actually done this before we were on the ship,
Oh boy.
how far can I throw my shield?
Far. Like, super far.
All right. this
I
is-
would say, all right, so any thrown weapon is 2060, and that's for an average person, and that's if you even make a barbarian. It's all dependent on the weapon, not the person. I can throw a stone far, but it's not going to have the same effect. So I would say, depending on what you're going to do, I will tell you if you roll normally or at disadvantage.
So what I want to do is I want to run up as close as possible to the bird thing that's assailing Basil.
Okay, you're going to run straight into the Bodax, like in between them.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Is it my action to hawk jump?
No.
Can I hawk jump over them? And then I really honestly want to Captain America throw the shield at the one that is attacking Basil.
It's the worst. All right. 5, 10, and then you jump. You jump, what, 29 feet
Yeah.
with a running jump?
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
Yeah.
He's got
Gracious.
he's got a giant belt of strength. They both do.
That's awesome.
Stupid is what it is. I should have never handed it out. So 5, 10. And then you jump 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to have you run because I know what you want to do and I'm not going to put you in a dumb situation. I'm going to have you run 20 feet and then jump so you can jump over them
Okay.
so that you don't land in front of these things. And then go 25, 30. And you are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, you can throw it without disadvantage. I think you can throw your shield fine.
Perfect. And like honestly, I want you to just imagine that scene where Captain America is like sideways and he's just throwing
Yep.
his shield.
He does like the
just
side spin.
slow-mo. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I really want you to picture that because that's exactly what's happening.
All right. After
Oh.
a giant jump.
So that's a 19 on the die.
Okay, so definitely hits.
Jeez.
Plus 13. So
Yes.
yep. So and then I'm going to use one of my superiority die. Gosh,
there it
my
is.
to goad him into attacking me. He has to make a
Ooh, a
DC
goading strike.
21.
Oh.
Yeah.
What kind of save?
That goading save is a wisdom saving throw.
I get a +4 to those. Oh, 15.
Yes.
So he
So
must
he
attack
has
you.
disadvantage on all attacks against anybody but me.
All right, so you roll your damage for this thrown shield. We'll call that D6 strength. D6 plus your strength.
Okay, so D6 plus my superiority die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Break
have
that.
it as a D6 anyway. That's.
Good.
I think we assign damage for bashing.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Gosh. All right, that's 13 damage.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. All right.
And then I'm gonna spend a quicken point. I'm gonna quicken,
Okay.
and I'm gonna turn around, and I'm gonna do 3 of my Eldritch bolts. One
Towards
at
the same one? Oh.
2 of them at the one that I just hit with my shield. Oh no, I'm sorry. 1 at the one that I hit with my shield, and then hit the 2
Bodax behind you.
Yeah, the Bodax behind me.
Cool.
So this attacks for
like
the
it.
flyboy. Shit. All right, that's probably not gonna hit. Oh, I get a
D4.
Yeah. Bean, man.
Yeah, that's still not gonna do it. I'm sure. 13.
13 does not hit. As one Eldritch Blast, you storm forward and you jump over these Bodax as they kind of slowly look up at you. You know not to look in their eyes. You land just on the other side of them and run another couple feet before you throw your shield as you use your whole body's momentum to lift yourself off the ground and huck this thing, spinning sideways, slams into this Vrock. As he lets go of Basil, he screeches at you, and then you throw an Eldritch Blast at him, and it sails over his head as he kind of ducks and starts looking like he's going to charge you.
Okay.
Roll your next 2 attacks.
Jesus. So that's a 5 plus 9, 14 at one of the Bodax or one of the shit.
Does
Did you
not
add your
hit.
D4s? Did you add your D4s?
Yeah, this dice is going home. All right.
Banished.
Let's try. All right, so for the other one, then I'm getting a 1 on my D4 every single time.
Then that,
All right, that's 18 to hit.
18 hits. So after you throw the one and it misses, you kind of smirk knowing that you got its attention, and you throw one behind you, and as you turn, you throw the other one. The one that you throw backwards hits the fortress wall, and you weren't able to look at him directly, but you're able to turn and look at the back of the other one, and you slam the Eldritch Blast into him. Please roll the damage.
5.
It's fine. It just sounds really loud. That's fine. I just hear this giant circus music in the background as Hadvar's like throwing Eldritch magic at all these. All right.
Bean is somewhere in the distance playing the
Yeah,
banjo.
Bean's just kind of rocking out on his banjo. All right, how much damage was it?
Shit.
Sorry, was it 13? I think you said 13.
No, it was like 5.
Oh. Well, we'll go with 5.
I wish it was.
Amora, it is your turn.
I'm going to quicken fire bolt at the axe.
You know, nah, you'd hit somebody. I was trying to make fireball work for you, but you would either have to hit Barrow and Scythe or Hadvar. You can place it in an area.
I mean,
Yeah.
hitting Hadvar isn't really out of your wheelhouse, is it?
No.
It's not. Let's see if my wild magic happens later.
So, all right,
Evening.
firebolt. You quicken and throw 2 of them
Yes.
at
The boat axe.
one each.
Yeah.
Very good.
Let's see far. Ooh.
There you go.
Okay. There are 17.
17 hits.
I got a 2 on the die.
yeah, that bless.
Wow,
She rolled a 4 on the D4.
that helps.
Are you kidding me? Well, that's another 17 because it was another
Just
2.
put that
Gross.
one over there. That one's done.
It's kind of impressive that a 2 hits.
I know, right? Holy cow.
I mean, as long as you're not rolling ones, you know you can hit these Bodax, so that's
She's got
nice.
that she's got that robe of the Archmagi.
Yeah.
Okay, 16.
Yeah. Well,
16.
to hit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second
Yeah,
one.
that still
Okay.
hits.
That D4.
I'll tell you what. That Victor Bean, he knows what's good.
All right.
Is that sweet, sweet banjo playing that he does.
Who sent the percussion bard picture? That was funny.
That's me.
I like that.
7. I'm sorry. 19.
All right.
Good.
Well, I got 10, 19, 25 for the
one.
first hit.
Okay, you see the fire bolt strike him, and it almost looks like it doesn't even penetrate him. It strikes him, but you can see his hands are being held up, and it looks like it doesn't do as much damage as you would like.
And 13 for the second one.
Okay, and same thing for him.
And I am going to back up
Okay.
and try to shield my eyes.
You remember you have to be relatively close for them to be able to do that, but you can shield your eyes for your turn. That's fine. So you're closing your eyes, but for them to do the real nasty stuff, you have to be relatively close to them. Actually, I don't think they ever hit you with that really nasty one.
And how they are 30
Don't
feet,
mind me.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I moved you back.
Okay, I don't want to. So if they move, I just don't want to be within melee if they get close.
They have enough to worry about.
That's what Victor Bean looks like.
Oh yeah. Did you send a picture of him?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Vanilla
That's
bean
Victor Bean.
bastard. That's funny.
So that was my turn.
Live with banjo.
It's an expensive banjo. You just wait until you see what it can do.
I like it.
All right, Amora, you are done. It is Victor Bean's turn. Oh, good grief.
Strum that
is-
sweet music.
He is going to... Oh my gosh, I have to.
We spent an afternoon doing like Bean lyrics from music, like songs.
Did you?
I
All right.
gotta say, I've been hiking before, and banjo music when you're hiking is very scary. So,
On
Yeah.
your own, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So he is going to step forward behind you, Barrow, and behind you, Scythe. 10 feet behind you. Get a load of this one. And you hear him start to strum his tune faster and faster. And he starts playing it, and you see the bodak on the bottom bodak kind of feel this sense come over him. And you see him start to start to dance as he plays Otto's irresistible dance. The bodak is taken over with this joyous Irish jig kind of thing. His feet start going like crazy, and he just starts dancing, and that's all he's gonna do. And Bean just kind of keeps playing that banjo, and Barrow, you can hear him. That's a pretty good dancer, isn't he? Ooh, I might take him land dance to one of these times. And you see this bodak and his cloth and his cloak is just kind of billowing. So
Awesome.
that will be Victor's turn. And you know what? He's also going to use that song to give Hadvar. You get a D12 inspiration die.
Ooh.
So you can
I'll
add that
need
the same
that.
as that can be added to the same things that Bless can be added to.
But it
Saving
only-
throws and attacks.
And they stack, so you can roll both of them. But it only lasts for one round.
Oh, so okay.
Okay. Barrow and Titan, it is your turn. As you see this one Bodak just, boy, going to town on the bottom of the screen there.
So phenomenal. I am going to run up to the other Bodak.
Okay. 10, 20, 30. What's your speed?
25.
Are you riding Scythe?
Sorry, I was counting in 10s instead of 5s. Yes, you can make it there. I was like, why can't he move anywhere? What is going on? He's a halfling, but geez.
I'm going to have Scythe position on the other side, if I can, so that he's flanked.
He certainly can. Yes. As you approach this Bodak, you can see him visibly stare into your face. As you look down, you approach, and you know that he's right there. You're looking at his feet, and you can feel this presence, this dark energy just kind of waving and wafting off of him onto you. What would you like to do?
I am going to pull. I'm actually going to make 2 attacks on him.
Okay.
With the long sword and the short sword.
Very good. You may do so.
Math.
That is 26.
Yes, that hits.
And also 26.
Yes, that still hits.
Okay.
His AC did not change.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That'll do, donkey.
D8. There we go. They're not considered humanoids, right?
They are undead.
Okay.
Very undead.
I had
What?
I looked at that like I was like, I don't know. Are they? They are bipedal.
it.
Like skin sloughing off of them. It's just
Okay, so
they may
for
have been at one time.
Sword of the King,
Yes.
it is going to be 19 slashing damage.
Magical slashing, because that matters.
Oof.
Oh.
Okay.
And also 19 slashing damage with the other one.
Did you roll for a hit for the other one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 26s. Remember?
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
25.
Your AC
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
change.
And they were both 19s?
Yes.
Very good.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't. What the heck is up with that? That the hit and the damage are the same.
Mm.
One's a +4 and one's a +3 weapon.
Lotto numbers.
Yeah. All right, Barrow. What would you like Titan to do?
I'm going to use his reaction to make a coordinated attack.
Yes, and then he will bite as well.
He was flanking you.
Oh, that is.
Stop.
Oh no! Wait, I'm looking away.
I was gonna say I was giving him advantage, but I'm taking into consideration that he is not staring at these things in the face, which makes him roll at disadvantage, which is they cancel, so it's a straight roll.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Okay.
So
I'm not gonna.
for the reaction attack from Scythe,
Mm-hmm.
I at 1.
Oh,
so
well,
that's
he
great.
can roll with advantage because he's behind it. He's
Oh.
not staring at its face.
Cool. That's better.
They have a cone effect.
That's going to be 16.
That hits.
Okay. Wolf attack. That is 8 piercing damage,
Okay.
and then you need to make a strength saving throw.
Oh dear, they don't look strong. Oh, they're not terribly weak. I rolled a 13 plus 2, 15. What's the DC? 15?
11.
Oh, all right.
It's 11.
All right.
I got all built up when you were like, they're not that strong.
That's a +2. I mean, they're not, they're not crazy.
And then for his regular attack,
Yes.
Blessed.
with bless, thank you.
I got bless.
That is a 13.
That does not hit. As he goes to snap at the back of his leg a second time and try to pull him down, the Bodak turns towards Scythe and kicks him off, as he is now staring him in the face.
Hey, you don't do that.
Basil, we are now at your turn. You have 2 Vroks, one on the ground prone in front of you, stunned, and what else?
I think the other
And
Vrock
the other one
went
was behind
after
you. Yeah. I'm trying to
yeah.
think. He's stunned until the end of your turn.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and he didn't attack on his turn, if I'm not mistaken. It was just
Nope.
the other one.
He spent
No,
his
yeah.
All right, good. I just want to make sure I didn't mess up. So yeah, you have the one in front of you, which is prone, and then the one behind you that's attacking you.
I think didn't that one he did the goading strike on that
Yep.
one, right?
And you see him starting to leave, but he's still within 5 feet of you. It's still there. He
Okay.
hasn't left yet.
So
You have the one that's just kind of like on the ground in front of you.
Basil is not an exceedingly smart halfling, but he is smart enough to know that a man, or in this case, Vrock, laying on the ground is easier to kill than one that is coming after him.
Sure.
So he's going to go ahead and just whoop up on that poor defenseless Vrock on the ground.
Please do. You
And
roll
he's
with
gonna bring the
advantage.
pain. He's gonna unleash 4 attacks on him. So
Nice. So you 2 attacks and then flurry of blows.
yeah. So
Okay.
Criminy, that first one is an 8, which is not going to help, and that's with my oh no, 8 plus. Oh crap! Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
8 plus.
Add numbers.
Yep. Yeah, I'm still new to Dungeons and Dragons. 8 plus 9 is 17.
Yes, that hits.
Well,
Okay. All right.
And
Did
you
you
are
do it at
rolling with
advantage?
advantage.
Oh, that's right. I do have. Okay, so 17 is 1. That's 16 plus 9. That's a 25. 17 plus 9 is a 26.
Yeah.
And 11, and then a 20.
Yep, they all hit.
Okay, so that's 4d8 plus.
Wait, was that a natural 20 or?
No, a dirty 20.
Oh.
No. All right, so now I roll 1, 2. Sorry, 3.
Now, are you using your tonfas for the first 2
Yes.
attacks?
Yes.
So those are going to be d8s.
Yeah, d8s. Yep.
Cool.
And then they're each plus 5, correct?
Yep.
Each is a separate hit. All right,
Yep.
so that'd be whatever I roll plus 20.
You got it.
Gross.
Yeah.
All right, so 8, 12, 32 points of damage.
Wow.
So that's for the first 2, or was that all 4 of them?
That's all 4 of them.
Okay. All right. That's
Wow. And you just you ever see Ip Man?
Yeah.
It's kind of what I'm picturing here. As he just rock him into the face, and you see his like whole face just kind of vibrate into the stone on the ground as you just start slamming the back of his head. So that is your attack and bonus action. You used
Yes.
1 key point in that instance. Would you like to
Correct.
do anything else?
No, I'm just marking on my key point.
You can
I-
choose to restun him if you'd like me to make another save, but I don't want you to run out of key points either.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna
Leave
I
him be?
think. What, say again?
You want to leave him be, or you want to try to stun him?
No, I'm gonna leave him be.
Okay.
Because I don't think that I have anything else that I can do. Yep, we're good.
Okay. It is their turn. The one that was attacking you, that Hadvar threw his shield. Hadvar, you do not have your shield, so please make sure your AC is adjusted since you threw that. He flies over to you to attack. Now, Basil, you get an attack of opportunity because he leaves your space.
Oh, all right. Love those attacks of opportunity. That is a 14, 23.
That hits. Roll another D8, please.
8 plus 5. Let's go with this one. This one did pretty
Yeah.
right.
This poor guy.
That is a 11 points of damage.
Very good. As he starts to leave, you just kick it in his stomach as he's flying by. You see it kind of scrape the stone as he kind of throws his wings back up. He picks up a little speed and he runs towards you, Hadvar, and he is going to enter your space and make 2 attacks, one with his beak and one with his. Nope. You know what? A 15
Just
foot
kidding.
radius.
I'm going to give you this worst ability.
Oh, do I want that? He is going to do this, and he is just going to, as he comes towards you, just and make. I don't want to do it because she's watching TV, but this high-pitched, awful screech, this vulture screech as his wings kind of unfurl. I need you and Basil both to make Constitution saving throws, please.
And
With a
just to
D4.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I want to check. And it was what? Constitution?
Yes, please.
17.
Well, that's pretty good. That's still a 1 on these D4s, though.
I got it. Yeah, I got a 1 as well. I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
21.
You feel this piercing. It's not just penetrating your ears. It's almost like a heavy brain freeze as it rattles inside of your head. You feel it almost paralyze you, but you're able to cover your ears and shake it off as you wipe away the effects of this stun that he almost affected you guys both with. The other rock stands up. You know what? He's just going to do the same thing. 2 more. And he looks up and just kind of screeches up at you as he stands up and unfurls his wings.
Rock that.
We're going to find out what it does.
26.
Because I just got a 3 plus 3. I just got a 6.
Oh.
You feel this scream. You feel like it was over when you heard the other one. You look up, and the other one's in your face, Basil, and he just screams, and you can feel the spittle, and you feel the decay off of his breath kind of hit your face, and you are stunned until the end of the rock's next turn. So you will be stunned. Now it's the Bodak's turn. The Bodak. Both. I need Hadvar, Barrow, Scythe to all lose 5 hit points of necrotic damage for being close to the Bodaks.
Oh, that's right. Ugh. I forgot about that.
Yep, that happens.
Sorry. You lose hit points just by being close to them.
I need Scythe to make a Constitution saving throw, please. And I need. What's the other one going to do?
That is a 23.
All right, let me roll this damage. He will only take half damage. As he bit into his calf, the Bodak turns and looks Scythe in the eyes. 18 halved, 9 points of necrotic damage, please, to Scythe. And the other one is just going to... oh no, he can't do anything. The other one is... dancing. The other one just stands there and dances to Victor
Sweet
Beans.
moves, though.
Yeah.
Sweet moves.
Dude, he's killing it. So the other one does nothing. That is going to last for a... oh, he does get to try and save, though. 1. Of course, it's a 1. Natural 1. Awesome. Well, he's going to keep dancing.
He does the splits.
Yeah, he starts getting down, and he starts doing like those breakdance moves where he like starts rolling around, but he's really bad at it because he's undead and he's slow, so he's just kind of like rolling on the ground. But you see his head just like still kind of head banging to the banjo. It is Hadvar's turn, please. You have one Vrock that flew up to you. You have a Bodak dancing behind you. It's an odd sight. I showed you what they look like. These long, open faces, undead.
Is his jowl just kind of like flapping like this?
It's more going like. You know, they remind me of those the Yip Yips from Sesame Street a little bit. Nope. So Hadvar, what would you like to do?
Hadvar's gonna he's gonna take a crack at one of this dude right in front of him.
Sure, the Vrock.
Yeah, the Vrock.
Okay.
And with his staff. That's gonna be pretty much that's pretty good. That's 15 plus
Hits.
15, 30.
Yeah, that hits. Faux show.
That's 17 points of damage.
All right. From a magical staff.
Yes, from a very magical staff. The magical staff.
The most magical staff in the game. All right.
Second attack.
Please do.
That's not as good, but it still probably gets there with 26.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it does.
That's going to be 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And he's like he's right in my face, right?
Yeah, he's like on you. He's trying to scream into your mouth.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I don't like that at all.
This is a scream into your mouth.
Bonus action. I'm gonna recall my shield.
Very good. You have it back. Smart.
And that will be my turn.
Amora.
Or you know what? Can I would like to staying with not making an opportunity attack, but rounding the Bodak so that I'm not as close to the putting the Bodak between me and the
That is the Bodak. The
Vrock.
Vrock.
The other thing. Yeah.
You want to put the Vrock between you and the Bodak.
Yeah.
Can do.
Okay.
I was very confused.
Sorry, I keep forgetting their names. I can't even remember my player's name. So
that's fair.
You're up.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile on the Bodak that's not dancing.
Very good. It hits. Roll your damage. What level are you casting at?
All of them.
Every level. 17 bolts.
Second level.
Second level. All right. So 4 bolts emit from your hands, and you see them arc through the air, and they all hit him.
Wow, that was a lot of poopy right there.
Like 8 points of damage.
4, 1, 1, 1. So
Plus
what is
4.
that? 4. Yeah, plus 4. 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 4.
So 11. You see them arc through the air.
I gotta roll a d20.
Oh yeah, please do. See if this even goes off.
It's good.
All right. And you see them thump, 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 thump. And after the first one hits, you see him kind of turn, and the next 3 go into that gaping hole of a mouth of his. Thump, thump, thump. And you see him glow from the inside as he goes and falls over.
Nice.
Yeah. He is gone. That was your action.
I'm looking.
Is
Yeah.
she in on the kill count as well, or is it just between Hadvar and?
Here.
They both have these belts of strength on, so they were arm wrestling on the ship on the way over, and
No, I mean, I'm just gonna make sure I'm not within range. Because he's the dancing one's. How far is the dancing one?
how far is he from you? 70 feet. 75. You're fine. You are fine. All right. Bean's turn.
Can he play like one bar of Thriller for a minute so we can get like that?
Yep. And you see him get up and he starts walking 5 feet this way, 5 feet this way.
He
Goes back,
crushes those
goes
moves,
back.
though.
Spot on. He's pretty cute, ain't he? I was watching him dance. He's going to cast. Boy, if he ain't uglier than sin, I don't know what is. As he casts Vicious Mockery at the Vrock, who makes a save and does make the save, so he does not take any damage, unfortunately. That's all right. I still like this guy. And he keeps playing the banjo, and you see him still dancing.
No good.
Let me take a break real quick. I will be right back. We can all take maybe like a 2-minute break. I just want to grab something to drink, and we should be good.
Oh, yeah, I'll grab a snack. You know,
Are we playing it to 11?
Blueberry chicks. Nothing better. Clara ate all the chocolate ones, so I'm left with blueberry.
What are they?
Blueberry checks.
Nice.
Background's all fuzzy.
What's that?
Your background is all fuzzy.
Oh, well, there's like a light underneath.
It's
Like
the
you can see-
camera effect.
Oh, yeah.
There's a feature on Skype where if there's your background, all you do is
On the bottom right-hand corner, 3 little dots. It says blur my background.
Where do I do that?
lower right-hand corner, there's going to be 3 little dots.
Yes.
If you click on that, there should be an option that says unblur. Yep.
Better.
Instantly better.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, it's just weird.
Well, what they do is, like, when you were holding up the bag, because it was slightly behind your face, it was blurring the bag out.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
we swear by these. My favorite's vanilla, but when they make these, only half of the checks have the blueberry or whatever the flavor it is on them. So Clara, my daughter's 6, Kyle. So, and she will get a bowl of chocolate checks, and she will separate out the chocolate with scientific like precision. Like there will be nary a speck of chocolate check, not even one check left in the box by the time she's done.
I like the honey nut ones. The honey
What's
nut.
that?
The
Say
honey.
again?
Honey checks.
Oh, honey checks are good.
Mhm.
I like the vanilla and the peanut butter ones are good too.
I gotta say the vanilla is probably gonna be my favorite. All right, we are back. Everyone can hear me okay without the headphones and everything? Cool. All right, we left off with Bean, and we are at the top of the order, Barrow and Titan. It is your turn.
So, just to make sure, one Bodak is
One Bodak is dead. I will send a new picture. Gosh, I really have to go back here to get a more in. All the way in the back.
Yeah, I'm like not taking any chances here.
So from right to left, Amora, Bean, Barrow. Up top is Titan. Below is the Bodak. Then you have Vrock, Hadvar, Vrock, Basil.
okay. I am going to move past the dancing Bodak, and I'm going to move to the first rock.
10, 15, 20. You're there.
I'm going to bring Scythe with me.
He's
and
there.
we're going to attack this gentleman.
You aren't? You can be flanking if you'd like.
Cool.
Yep.
He has,
Titan's not.
he has 40 feet of me.
You can be flanking, but Titan will not. Because Hadvar's there. You're flanking with Hadvar.
Okay, that is 31.
Yes, that hits.
And 25.
Both hit.
Excellent.
Where's my
That is
writing implement?
20 points of slashing damage.
Magical slashing damage.
Correct. And then 17 points of magical slashing damage.
Very good. All right.
Scythe is going to use his reaction to make an attack. That is 21.
Yep, that hits.
And that is going to be 9 points of piercing damage.
You see this Vrock as a reaction, as he's getting assailed by you and Titan coming into the fray, see that his end is near. And you see him rake his own chest open as you see a pulse of black energy twice, and he shrieks loudly and he explodes. I need everyone in the vicinity to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ah, shit.
Hadvar, Barrow, and Titan, please.
Plus D4.
23 for Barrow.
Yep.
$25 for Sight.
Okay, that saves. Hadvar, how you looking?
14.
That does not save. You will take full damage.
Didn't think so.
All right. Ooh, yay.
Don't like that.
Oh, wow. Ooh. 34 points of necrotic damage to you, Hadvar. And 17 points to Barrow and Titan, please, as this creature sacrifices itself and explodes in necrotic energy. All right, good job. Basil, you are stunned,
Yes, I am.
and that is your turn. It's now the rock and oh, he didn't roll to save his dancing last turn. Stand by. Ah, he stops.
Oh, man.
It is their turn. The rock will he's going to well, this guy's dead, so let me move him. How do I get all of you? This rock is going to move 10 feet away from you. Attack of opportunity, please. Oh, you're still stunned.
Oh.
Negative. Sorry.
I have the opportunity, I just don't have the ability.
Correct. You see the rock flap its wings, and you see that under his rib cage there are 3 holes on either side of his body. As you see him flap his wings, he throws his arms forward and he flaps again. You see this green toxic gas start pouring out of these holes from his rib cage in a 15-foot cloud. Let me see while it hits.
Man, I'm glad we stealthed in.
I know, right?
I hate to hear what would have happened if we had made a ruckus on the way in, right?
You would have fought these and more.
But wait,
There's
more.
let's see what kind of save this is. I think because you're stunned, this doesn't affect you because it is a Constitution saving throw, please, from Basil, Hadvar, Titan, and Barrow.
Can I ask, what kind of damage will this be?
This will be poison damage.
We're immune.
I am immune. Yeah.
All of you?
We're all immune because of the feast.
The heroic feast.
Except for Basil.
I have purity of body.
Because he's a monk. As this green gas emanates from his body, you see him flaps his wings to extend the cloud 15 feet in all directions, and all of you kind of like gasp and breathe some of it in, and you go, "Oh, oh." That's about it. That's the worst thing that happens. The Bodak, however, will move into this cloud. I need the 3 of you, not Basil, Hadvar. You know what? Forget you guys. Y'all are dumb. He is going to move forward 5 feet to be within 60 feet of Amora. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw as he doesn't cast. He has a withering gaze as he pulls your vision towards him.
Constitution.
Constitution,
yes, please.
Good roll.
Yeah. 28.
Wow.
Damn.
You take 24 points of necrotic damage, halved 12, because you saved. And then he will move back to be close to everybody. And he will put his back against the wall as he kind of... And you feel that presence kind of waft off of him. Hadvar, Scythe, and Barrow lose 5 hit points for the necrotic presence. Well, that will be his turn, Hadvar. It is now your turn.
All right. So, is he still within 5 feet of me? Right?
No.
I didn't. Oh, I should have gotten an opportunity attack, right?
You were never within 5 feet of the Bodak. The Bodak is the long-faced thing. You were fighting a rock. And that was killed by Barrow, and he exploded.
That's right. Okay. I was thinking of the rock that was stunned.
Well, Basil was stunned. And
Yeah,
that rock just emitted that poison cloud. So he's
Yeah.
only 10 feet from you. So you can just move next to him and engage if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna hit him with my staff twice.
Do that.
Oh yeah, that's 38.
Yeah, that hits. Wow.
Mm,
Close. It was close.
This is gonna probably 16.
This is to the rock, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. It's your first attack.
Does that hit?
Oh, yes, it hits.
Oh,
Wait, was
Okay.
that 16 damage or was that 16 for your second strike?
second strike.
That hits, yes.
Okay, all right, cool.
I thought that was damage, so
I'm sorry. I
now
I
roll
know
your
I-
two. Yeah, roll your
I did
two
that
damage.
weird. I'm sorry.
All good.
All right.
Everyone plays a little different. Sometimes they do the hit damage. Sometimes they do hit damage.
I usually do hit damage. I don't know why I did it that time. So that's gonna be. Jeez, math is hard.
Shit, it's stuck in your beard, and it was just stuck there.
All right, that's 36 points of damage.
36.
holy cow!
36.
As you turn towards this rock, as he's emitting this cloud, he kind of, as he's just screeching at you, you take the staff and just kind of like the that moment in Gandalf where he goes slam to the king of gosh,
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Huh?
Beats his ass.
No, not the
What?
thing where he's like, run for your lives, and Gandalf hits him with the staff, and he hits him with the staff again. Yeah,
Steward of Gondor.
Unity.
Yes.
I can't remember. Very similar, anyway.
The Steward of Gondor.
Yeah, the Steward of Gondor. You just hit it in the stomach so it stops. He goes, and then you slam it on the back of the head, and you actually crack its skull open. As it slams against a stone, you can see the pool of blood just kind of emanate from the back of its head. He is no more.
Lit.
You have one Bodak left.
All right, well, this Bodak is going to feel the bonus action of my shield bash.
All right. And his back is pressed against the wall. Now,
Yes.
or either roll with disadvantage or stare into his face.
Disadvantage.
You turn to find him, you keep your shield in your face, and you walk closer. You can hear him.
Oh, that's good. That's
And you-
26.
Slam your shield into him as he's thrust against the wall.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna have to get a bit.
And that is 12 points of damage.
Very good. He still looks relatively healthy. He's shaken a little bit by your attack, but he's standing.
All right, that'll be my turn.
Amora.
Whoop. She disappeared. Oh,
She
oh
wants-
magic. She disappeared. Invisible.
How far away is it from me?
That's okay. I'll use his ability in the meantime as a legendary action.
Wait.
I need everyone to roll a percentile dice, please.
What?
All of us?
All of you. in this space.
Just one, right? Yeah, that's a 10.
It's the two tens.
See what
Yeah.
she's done now?
Oh, so both of them. Okay.
Yes, roll both of them and then tell me what your total is.
I got a 92.
I'm hungry.
You're fine. You'll take half damage.
Oh God.
I got 2 zeros and a 9. I
So
got
9.
a 0. And
So you got 9.
Yeah, I got
You
9.
did not make it.
22.
Did not make it.
32.
Did not make it. Scythe.
Scythe rolled a 60.
Did not make it, and Bean did not make it. You see the Bodak kind of get slammed against the wall, and as he turns to see everyone, he lifts his hands up, and you see the dark roiling cloud start spinning above him. As he brings his hands down, you can see lightning strikes just start hitting everywhere in the vicinity. And it strikes each of you. Hadvar, you're the only one that saved, so you'll take half damage. I'm just going to add it up here. Oh dear.
Anthony,
Yes?
I know I hurt you last session. Please don't hurt me like I hurt you.
It's only 8d10.
Wait, did you say 8d10?
You take 48 points of lightning damage.
Holy jeez.
Hadvar, you take half of that, so 24.
Scythe
So you
is
said 48?
48, yes.
Scythe is unconscious.
Wow.
All right, he goes prone. He only gets to do that once a day, but no time like the present.
Yeah. Wow. Holy cow.
All right, Amora, you're still up. I think that was the only damage you took.
Where am I in compare again?
You're still all the way in the back.
And so I just got the Bodak. So there's just the Bodak and a bird.
The bird's gone.
So there's just that Bodak.
Just that Bodak left. Yep. And he looks pretty healthy. This one's been dancing and nobody's really bothered him.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Like,
I am the Senate.
I am going to have.
It's treason then. As he dives forward.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile at 3rd level.
Okay. So, wait, at 3rd level, so you get 5? 5.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
But
5
I might not.
as you
What is
throw
my-
them out.
What is my DC? Is it 5? I need to beat a 5 for my magic.
Yes, please.
Did you roll your D4 with that?
Oh,
And she rolled a
oh no,
D4?
oh,
No,
no.
this is for wild magic, and she's done
Oh,
some
okay.
very, very bad things, so her DC went up. If she rolls a natural 1, I have a special table that I get to roll on, but if she rolls under a 5, she rolls the wild magic.
So I can't remember. Do I lose that spell slot, or does it not cast?
It does not cast. Instead, this effect happens. So go ahead and roll your percentile and let me know what's going to happen here.
Oh, I don't think. Who is 60 feet in front of me?
No, within 60 feet of you.
Yeah, is there anybody within 60 feet of me?
Sure is. The vanilla bean.
I cast Fly on a random creature within 60 feet of me.
He hovers off the air and goes, "Oh, well, this is an interesting predicament."
So Bean is now flying.
All right. So Bean has the capability of flight. Awesome. And so it happens. And it is now his turn. I ain't never felt nothing like this before. This is quite the quandary. As he flies up into the air and sits himself on top of the wall, the 30-foot wall, and looks down at the Bodak. Let's see what I want to cast. No, we're not doing any cantrips. We got to get rid of this guy.
Yeah, which is why I was trying to use spells. And I know they're resistant to fire.
He is going to cast. Oh, see, I'm cheating because I know it's stat block. Phantasmal Force on this Bodak. It needed to make a spell save of 17 intelligence, and he rolled an 11 -2. So he fails. And Victor Bean says, "Hey, that looks like a nasty situation you got there, all them critters all over you." And you see the Bodak just kind of start tearing its own skin off as he's trying to pull what he looks to have invisible bugs all over him, and he starts ripping skin and clothes and just everything. You see him scratch his face and just tear skin off and throw it onto the ground, and he's just beside himself trying to get rid of these bugs. Barrow and Titan. However, we're not there yet. Barrow and Titan.
Player effect.
I don't like that.
Please roll me a death save for Scythe.
Oh no.
A dex save?
Death.
Death.
No, death save.
Death
Oh.
roll.
Can I disregard you saying that and just take Barrow's turn first?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because
Yeah.
I can cast Spare the Dying
That's fine.
with a bonus action.
Yeah,
You
but
can
you.
do that after he rolls.
Yeah, I was gonna.
What if he gets a natural 1?
He did.
He did get a natural
Thanks, buddy.
one.
Does
I was
that
going to take Barrow's turn first anyway, but cool.
So he loses 2 death saves out of 3 for rolling a natural 1.
Yup.
Anthony's really sorry.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, what's going on here?
You're
Okay,
wrong.
Barrow, what would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Spare the Dying.
Very good.
Just-
Death saves are erased.
We'll just get rid of those.
That was a working scenario.
And then I am going to immolate the Bodak
I
with.
believe those are both actions. Is Spare the Dying an action or a bonus action?
For a cleric, isn't it a bonus action?
Yes. I can cast Spare the Dying as a bonus action with range of 30 feet.
Are you a grave cleric?
Yes, sir.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah.
I thought you went life.
Nope. It was
Alright.
very close between the two of them, and I was like,
So
that's-
you look over and you throw your hand out and you put your hand on the symbol of Palor, and you just kind of think to yourself, "Not today." And you can feel the warmth emanate through your body and through your hand. And as you open your eyes, you can see a yellow glow on the tips of the fur of the wolf lying there. You can see it kind of, the rise and fall of its chest is a little steadier than it was, almost as if it was just sleeping.
Cool. So then I am going to cast Sacred Flame on the Bodak.
Very good. Dexterity save. 13.
That does not pass.
I did not think so. Please roll your damage.
3d8.
Now this is radiant damage or
Correct.
fire damage.
Radiant.
Very good.
That is 10 points of radiant damage.
So it is done. All right. Basil, what would you like to do?
How far away from the Bodak am I?
25 feet.
25 feet. Okay. Well, I'm pissed.
Okay. You shake that stun off, and you are yourself again, and you see the lightning that had come down and struck you and everyone else. This Bodak looks like he's in a pinch here. It looks like he may do something to get himself out. You have no idea. You've seen them use these crystals before, but it is an opportunity that he is not looking at you at the moment that you have.
Running up right to him, and I'm lighting him up as much as I possibly can. So I'm going to take my 4.
You can roll at disadvantage as he sees you coming over to shield your eyes from him, or you can roll normally and suffer the consequences.
How about instead of doing that, I shadow step to him
Okay.
instead, which will use a bonus action, but it will give me advantage on the first melee attack I have against him.
All right, I'm gonna have Basil do this because this is something that I can see him doing. Because this Bodak is pressed against the wall, you run towards him and you run on the wall and you jump off like you're going to kick him, and you shadow step into the kick and you appear on the other side and kick him in the back of the head.
I love it. I love it. That is what I am talking about.
Yeah.
That is with advantage.
With advantage. All right. So that is a 12 plus 9 is a 21 is the first roll.
That hits.
Okay. So then the second attack, because I can't do flurry of blows, so I'll just do my second attack.
Just roll this one normal.
Just this one normal? Okay.
Yep, with the D4 and everything.
That's 17 plus 9 is 26.
That hits. Go ahead and roll both damage die.
2d8 plus 10 plus 10. Oops, hold on.
Bit.
All right, so I got
There's more.
18 damage total.
Oh,
And trying to decide if I want to use. No, I'm good. I'm going to hold off on that.
Eat it, Bodak!
he looks very hurt, and it is his turn now.
Still hurt.
I'm hurt, Basil, that you would do this to me.
I need Scythe, Barrow, Hadvar, and Basil all to lose 5 hit points.
Oh, man.
Okay. Scythe is,
Down again.
I mean, he already was, but he's at 0.
Well,
So now he goes back up to 1. Now he goes back, or I guess he's at 0, but now he goes back into death saving throws because he took damage.
But they start over, right?
Right. Yes. Absolutely. That Spare the Dying is a reset.
Actually, I'm going to use my reaction to.
Reaction to what? He didn't do anything.
I took damage.
Get out of here.
I took damage.
Oh, yeah.
Hellish Rebuke. 3d10.
Ouch.
Get out of here, Bodak!
Big money, no whammies.
All right, that's 14 points of fire damage.
Fire is halved, so 7 points of fire damage. Nonetheless, how would you like to do this?
Oh, I get one.
Yeah.
So as he turns and he like does his little, whatever caused me to take the damage, I'm like, oh no, and I point my finger at him, and I will say that this is coming to a dead end, and I just snap my finger, and it breathes in flames.
So So you say that, you snap your fingers, and as you snap, there's actually a spark that emits from your fingertips that grows into this large wreath of fire as these infernal flames jet forward and encase him. You see it go into his eye sockets and read through his mouth. You can see where he was tearing his skin. Oh, he would have taken damage from that too. Where he was ripping the skin off, you can see the fire go underneath and start to boil him from the inside almost. You see him almost kind of shrivel into this, like a spider would shrivel its legs. You see him start to shrivel his arms in and his legs in. As he curls up underneath his cloak, you see him just kind of writhe in a small pile on the ground there. And you guys are out of combat for the moment.
I go
Bean,
over. I go
you see
over.
Bean jump off the wall and just kind of fly, just kind of glide down. And you hear him start playing do 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 do.
Anything while you're up there.
I'm having too much fun right now, but all right, let me take a look here. And he goes back up, and you hear the do 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 as he flies away. You see him just kind of like doing this with his feet, just kind of like pedaling himself. Very elegant. And he looks around, and he comes back down. Doesn't look so great up at the front gate there, but I'd say we have a more than clear shot to where we need to go. This Basil fella, I see what you were talking about. A nice little opening in the fortress wall here.
Fantastic.
Cool.
So we
A
don't.
couple
We
of
don't
our
need
friends
to go.
are already there.
Wait, what's that?
A couple of our friends are already there.
Yeah.
Some of those thieves guild.
I put I stabilize Scythe, and then I put a good berry in his mouth.
You force him to chew. Nom, 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 nom. 1 hit point.
All right. I'm gonna drink one of my greater healing potions.
Before you do that, I'll narrate the rest of this because we're gonna end the session here soon.
Okay.
You guys make your way to where Basil showed you this entrance was. Basil, it's just as it was, wide enough for one person at a time. Obviously, people have to like squeeze through. This is not an opening that people can just walk through. This is time consuming. So if there is a large group going in one at a time, you would obviously be seen. But with the chaos at the front gates, it's not as guarded as it normally would be. So you speak with the Thieves Guild. They lost 5 members, so they're down to 15 in some of the skirmishes on the way over. A couple of the undead intercepted them. The spawn of Cus were able to infect one of them, and those maggots started infecting the one group that was walking, and all 5 of them became infected and turned. The Thieves Guild eliminated those 5 of their own and the other 5 zombies. So they have been eliminated. They've moved on.
Is Jack still up?
Jack is there.
Okay, cool.
Jack is fine. You see him a little upset over the news, but nonetheless, he has a job to do, and he's there with you. You guys make your way inside this crevice, and you are now inside the fortress walls where the Devourer waits in the throne room, casting his ritual to bring Orcus into the material plane, soon to come to fruition, especially with the red jasper stone potentially powering his ritual itself. And we will end the session there.
Awesome.
So, Larry, if you would be okay with this, we'll probably have you come into the next session, and however many you choose to have your character ride along with us here, you may come up through the whole rest of the campaign.
If you guys will have me, I'd be more than happy to join you guys.
Absolutely.
This is
I
a lot
still
of
have
fun.
the issue of where the Shadow Vein are. We don't know where they are. You still have the crystals for the rest of them. You had a meeting spot that was in the village on the other side of the front gate. You guys were kind of housed in the southwestern village. That was kind of your base of operations as you went out and did reconnaissance and would come back. And that's why it took so long to find this entrance, because you never wanted to venture that far away. And the one time that you did, you were found. But you guys are safe for the moment. How long of a point in time, it's unknown, but you have 15 members of the Thieves Guild with you, and a member of the Shadow Vein. So we will stop there and we'll figure out what we want to do for next session and where you want to go. I will work on pinpointing maps for this castle. I don't know how much I'm going to draw because the castle itself is 2 miles long. It's a 2x2 mile fortress, and you just entered the one area. So discuss how you guys want to go about this. Larry, you're a part of our group now. Feel free to talk to everybody else and discuss the plans. If Shadow Vein is a priority or if this big bad is a priority, and see where we want to go from there. The front gate looked bad from what Victor said. Hard to say. So you guys have to prioritize what you want to do, and we'll go from there and see who you want to help, who you want to find, or who you want to eliminate.
So, short rest. Are we good for that?
I will think about that. There are so many undead on this island. I seriously doubt a rest would be feasible without losing some more members of the Thieves Guild. We'll put it that way. You would sacrifice... I would say if you want to take a short rest, you would sacrifice 10 of them.
Ooh. Well, okay, hold on. This is just kind of going into next session. If we can find a place we can secure, like a room that we can secure, then I think it would be a viable thing.
Or some sort of hut, maybe. An option.
All right.
You'd have a lot of neighbors, and you would still lose members because staying in that one spot for an extended period of time, you will run into bad guys. This is not something. No operation in enemy territory are you able to just sit and just relax.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you are as deep behind enemy lines as you can get right now. So think about what you want to do. It's an option. You would lose members defending your bubble.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
Cool.
All right, guys.
we'll
Larry,
see
thank
what
you so much for being able to join us. This was fun having you. I'm glad we were able to play with you. And right at the end of our campaign here, it's an exciting moment. So, but we'll move forward. And I will text you guys another available date, and we'll see when we can get back together.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. All right.
Very
Have
cool.
a good night, everyone. See you guys.
See you guys
Yeah.
later. Kyle, it's good to meet you, man.
Good to meet you too.
Hey, what's your rate, by the way?
I'm a CS.
Oh, okay. Crypto. What's the S for?
Oh no, culinary specialist.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay. I'm sorry. Okay, all right.
they've
I'm used to
changed it.
the C being crypto. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you're not MSs anymore. It's CS.
Now they changed that before I joined.
Oh.
But
No, I feel old.
I didn't even join. I didn't join as a CS either. I originally joined as a electrician.
Oh, okay.
Aviation type, but I was kind of forced into. Well, not really forced, but when I was at reserve.